What's up, guys? Doomlake here. Today we're coming at you with another modern video, as always, but today we're going to be doing something a little different. So, as most of you may know by now, Modern Horizons 2 is, no pun intended, on the horizon, and it is going to shake up the modern format, I think, in quite a bit of different ways. There's a lot of cards in the new set that I am excited to try out, and hopefully I will be able to provide you with some content with new cards as soon as they are released on Magic Online. Now, with that being said, because the modern format, I believe, is going to change in drastic ways, I didn't want to give you some content with the same Blue-Red Prowess or Green-White Heliod or, all these decks that may or may not remain they're going to remain intact, but, it feels like the format could be completely different within the next couple of weeks. So rather than give you some content with decks that you've seen a million times, I wanted to give you guys some content with a deck that maybe you haven't seen before. So as always, before we continue, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the video. If you have any thoughts on Modern Horizons 2, what's your favorite card so far, let me know. And with that, I present to you Sliver Combo. So I saw this deck, I think it 5-0'd a Modern League. I don't remember, it was either 5-0 a League or 3-1 a Prelim. I can't remember which one. And it kind of piqued my interest, so I wanted to give it a shot. Now, for those of you who might not know what's going on here, first and foremost, I'm going to move this over here, just make sure we're good, just so I can kind of move some cards over. Now, where do I start with this deck? Okay, so the combination, this is at its heart, it's a combo deck, right? So the combo is Sorin Imperious Bloodlord, so which says it's a 3-mana Planeswalker. You can give a creature Death Touch and Lifelink. If it's a vampire, put a counter on it. +1, you sack a vampire. When you do, it deals 3 to any target. You gain 3 life. -3, put a vampire creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Now, you might ask yourself, are we playing a Sliver deck? Why would we have the vampire Planeswalker? So, Morophon the Boundless, 7-mana card to 6/6. It's a changeling, which means not only is it a vampire, but it's also a Sliver. So it has both creature types. As it comes into play, choose a creature type. Spells of the chosen type you cast, so you choose Sliver, so your Sliver spells cost WUBRG less to cast, and it only reduces the amount of colored mana, okay? And the last line of text doesn't matter too much. So basically, you play Sorin, you -3 it immediately because it comes in with 4 loyalty, you put Morophon the Boundless onto the battlefield, you choose Sliver. All of your Sliver cards now cost WUBRG less to cast, okay? Conveniently, you have lots of Slivers that cost 5 mana, conveniently 1 of each, which means if you play Sorin and you minus and put Morophon into play, now this card is free, costs 0 to play. So you cast it and it has Cascade. So basically, step 1 Sorin, step 2 put Morophon into play. Step 3 cast first Sliver. Ideally that's the one you want to lead with because it has Cascade. Now obviously you can hit any number of these cards, right? Now, you might not be able to, depending on what else is in your hand, you might not be able to keep going, but ideally, you cascade into Summoner's Pact, or potentially Oath of Nissa, or potentially Search for Glory, or Eladamri's Call. If you cascade into any of these cards, maybe not Oath of Nissa as much, because it's not, you only get to look at the top 3, but if you cascade into any of these 10, you then get another first Sliver. Okay, so you're still with me. Bear with me. So you cast this, cascade into one of these, get another first Sliver. Now you cast another first Sliver, which I guess is the second Sliver, but a little bit of a flavor fail. So if this one's the first, the next first can't be the first, right? Anyways, I'm not trying to confuse you. So you cast a second first Sliver, right? Now it actually has Cascade twice, because the original one is still in play, which gives all Sliver spells Cascade, and it still has Cascade itself. So now you're cascading twice, okay? Now, again, you can just keep re-upping and go into more first Slivers, but ideally, so basically, you're doing this whole chain, right? You're casting first Sliver, casting more first Slivers, eventually maybe find a Sliver Legion, go get that, get something else off of the Cascade. So essentially, you're going to put a lot of big Slivers into play, right? You have all these to cast, you have Harmonic Sliver, And the end goal, once you have, let's say, 1, 2, 3 in play, then on your last cascade, you get Cloud Shredder Sliver, which, again, we still have Morophon in play. Cloud Shredder Sliver also is free because it costs red, white, last to cast. So then you play Cloud Shredder Sliver for free. Then it comes into play. All of your slivers now have flying and haste. And then you go to combat and you attack your opponent for lethal damage. So there's a lot going on there. But essentially, the gist of it is cast Sorin, put Morophon into play, cast first sliver, profit, eventually go through the chain. Sometimes you do end up bricking. I played a couple of games with this, and there are situations where you end up bricking, but a lot of those situations you still just have like 3 7/7s in play, and as long as you can pay for, if you have a pact on the stack, as long as you can pay for that pact, you should be fine. And then the rest of the deck is we have like a Dregscape Sliver if our opponent has Supreme Verdict or Sweepers of the like. Again, Cloud Shredder to kill them on the spot. And then we have Remand, which is good in 2 ways. So first and foremost, obviously, you are looking to kill you can kill your opponent on turn 3. You can play Sorin, put Morophon into play, and then go off from there. So any interaction on turn 2 is the best, and Remand is the one card that deals with any spell on turn 2. No matter what it is, it just deals with it. You don't care about them having it next turn because ideally you're going to kill them the next turn. The other nice thing that Remand does is, remember, you're cascading a bunch, right? So if you first sliver and you cascade into Remand, you might think, well, cascading into a counterspell is a brick. Not necessarily, because you can just Remand your own first sliver, draw a card, and go again. So that's kind of cool that you can do that as well. And then we have Shimmer and Oath just for some more setup. Search for Glory, obviously it's a card you can cascade into that lets you keep the chain going. You can get first sliver, but it's cool that it searches for all 3 combo pieces. You can search for a first sliver, a Sorin, or a Morophon. I actually kind of wonder why there's not more copies of this card. Maybe just because it's a little expensive for what you're paying for it. But, you know, compared to a card like Eladamri's Call doesn't find Sorin. So you have a lot of cards that find Morophon and first sliver, but you have not as many cards that find Sorin. So I kind of wonder if this deck wants more Search for Glories. But in any case, I'm just going to play it as it lies for now. And then the mana base, you know, a lot of 5-color lands, Gemstone Mine, Mana Confluence. We have a Murmuring Bosk, which is kind of cool because Morophon, remember, is a changeling. So if you have a Morophon in play, Murmuring Bosk can come into play untapped. And then, yeah, just a bunch of other 5-color lands, Cavernous Souls to kind of round it out. And a Gemstone Caverns for those games that you're on the draw, you get a little mana boost. So that is the main deck. There's a lot going on there. Hopefully I explained it pretty well. Sideboard, we have Leyline of Sanctity for Burn and Thoughtseize decks. We have Abrupt Decay for Common Hate pieces, which I guess would be Damping Sphere, Ensnaring Bridge, most of the Karn targets. But I'm sure there's other ones that Abrupt Decay targets. Defense Grid and Cavernous Souls for our control decks to kind of say no to counter spells. And then we have Weather the Storm for Burn. And then we have one Scavenging Ooze, which is kind of cool because we can get it with Eladamri's Call, and it's good against Dredge. So I think I went over everything that I wanted to go over. So without further ado, let's get into round 1, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Alrighty guys, welcome back to round number 1. We are on the draw here. We have kind of 2 of our 3 combo pieces. We're really just missing the Sorin. We have turn 1 Oath into turn 2 Remand, and basically 2/3 of our combo, so I'm definitely going to keep this hand. Hand has a lot of potential. I think I'm going to Windswept Teeth for Breeding Pool on turn 1. Okay, so Tron. There's the Breeding Pool. I guess we're not going to Windswept Teeth for it now. Alright, so I would like to hit a Sorin here. Dregscape Sliver doesn't really do much for me. Neither does the lands. I guess the Sliver probably does more than a basic land, because I already have plenty of lands. So Tron is a good sign and a bad sign. Tron doesn't have a lot of interaction, but they do have turn 3 Tron, which could be bad for us. Hopefully we can Remand into Sorin. Well, there's the Sorin. Unfortunately, we don't have the first Sliver. So hopefully we get to Remand something, and we get 2 looks at a first Sliver or a Summoner's Pact. And then we should be able to kill them. Alright, let's get probably just planes. Shouldn't matter too much. Alright, first sliver, please. That might kill them. Is that lethal? I think that's lethal. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. Is that exactly? I think that's exactly lethal. Like this. Sorin. -3. I think this is exactly lethal. This. 18, 22. I'm 2 over. Okay, never mind. All right, well, that's a turn 3 kill. That's a good way to start off a YouTube video. All right, game number 2. What are we doing against Tron? Could bring in Abrupt Decay because they do usually play Karn the Great Creator, which could get Damping Sphere, Ensnaring Bridge, things of that nature. We also have Harmonic Sliver to cover that stuff. The other thing to consider is that I kind of want to keep my deck as linear as possible. Like, I don't want to cut too much. I don't really want to cut any of the combo pieces because I just have to be consistent. Remand is much better against their expensive cards, so I'm definitely not touching Remand. Probably don't need the Dregscape Sliver because they're not really. I mean, I guess Dregscape is good if they have all his dust, but like if there's a situation where we get a bunch of stuff into play, don't kill them, and then they have all his dust, we can Dregscape all of our stuff back. I think I'm just going to submit. Could be wrong to not bring in Decay, but Swamp Reflecting Pool, huh? Don't think that's going to cut it. Okay, this hand has perfect mana, and we can search for a combo piece. I think I'm actually going to put back the Cloud Shredder Sliver. Because in an ideal world, we don't need the Cloud Shredder in our hand. We can just cascade into it, like once we kind of go off. And I'd rather just keep both remand so I can deal with 2 Karns. Like if they go turn 3 Karn, I can remand it. Turn 4, I can remand it again, and just try and set up the combo that way. Alright, I'm going to imagine. I don't have the game log pulled up, but they Multifor and conceded. Okay, interesting way to start off round number 1, but at least we got the turn 3 kill in game 1, so that was cool. Yeah, I'll see you back in just a bit for round number 2, I guess. Alrighty, guys, we're back here for round number 2. Yeah, this hand's good, because we can go turn 2, call for Morophon, turn 3, Sorin, put in Morophon. At the very least, we can play Shredder and attack, but hopefully if we draw first Sliver in, they probably just die on turn 3, so I'll keep it. Hand's got a lot of upside. Our opponent revealed the Gigantha. I'm not quite sure what that means. Could be, well, it's not Tron. I was going to say Tron, but lead on Mana Confluence, so we don't have to use the Gemstone Mines. Against most Gigantha decks, our life total probably doesn't matter. We'll see what they're up to. Imagine this hand with the Gemstone Caverns. We just go turn 1 call, turn 2 Sorin. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Interesting. Reveal Batterskull. Okay, could take less damage. I'm going to call for Morophon. I'm probably just going to jam Morophon, to be honest with you. Could wait a turn. Because they could have something like Remand. It looks like they're just some kind of Bant Stoneblade deck, if I had to guess. Let's get Plains. Eladamri's Call, Morophon. So the question is, do I want to wait a turn? Because I can go Sorin, Morophon, Cloud Shredder. The only problem there is then I'm stuck, right? I can't do anything else. So it might be better to just Eladamri's Call again, and then next turn I can go Sorin, Morophon, first Sliver. Like, I can get first Sliver off of this. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to wait a turn. I think it's fine to wait one turn here. Worst case, they put in a Batter Skull. I take 4. Not really concerned about that much. And they had counter magic up this turn anyways, so like they had 2 mana available. But yeah, it's not great. This matchup is probably not great for us because they have pressure plus counter magic. Oh, well that's good for me. Let's get the first Sliver. And maybe they don't have Force of Negation. Well, if they don't have... I guess they could have Path to Exile, but... hopefully they don't have Force of Negation. I'm just going to jam it. Oops. Should probably tap black mana. Show me the Force. Well, I don't want them to show me the Force, but... oh, I just realized something. Teferi stops Cascade. I just realized that. Well, Teferi's kind of annoying then, huh? So right now I have 6, 7, 8 plus 8 is 16. So we need to Oath into Sliver Legion. Well, there's Sliver Legion. So let's cast, or excuse me, put Morophon into play. This, name Sliver, cast Sliver Legion. Cast first Sliver. Yeah, I forgot that Teferi turns off Cascade. But it shouldn't matter because we just have lethal now. No. Alright. They have Path? They don't. They all flying. Alright. Should got them. Should have gotten them. Yeah, it looks like they're dead. Alright. Kind of expected them to have some sort of interaction like Force of Negation or Path to Exile. I forgot that Teferi turns off Cascade. But we ended up finding the Sliver Legion, so it didn't matter. Okay, so we could bring in Abrupt Decay for Teferi, we could bring in Cavern / Defense Grid. I'm not sure the Cavern's actually that good in this matchup. Remand is not the best against Teferi, although we can Remand their Teferi if they, you know what I mean, if they play it. But I think, as far as interaction is concerned, I would rather have Grid and Decay than Remand in a matchup like this. I'm not positive, but we don't really need Dregscape. They don't have Wraths. And shave one of their card. Maybe the Search for Glory because it's kind of slow. Alright, let's try something like this. Kind of want to see how this plays out with Grid and Decay. I'm not sure if both of them are worth it, but... Okay, so this hand's missing Sorin because we can call for first Sliver, and then we have Morophon plus first Sliver, but we have Oath and Shimmer to find the Sorin. I think this hand's good enough. Say Noble Hierarch, Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Oh, there's the first Sliver, so now we're just missing the Morophon, or the Sorin. I think it's more important to take a second first Sliver. Second first, get it? Because the second Morophon doesn't really do much, whereas the second first Sliver can just re-up on the Cascades. Obviously, unless they have Teferi, then it would suck, but... It's not like the second Morophon does anything versus Teferi anyways, so. Emery Monastery Mentor, huh? Interesting deck. Because the only thing I'm really missing is Sorin, I think I'm just going to play Shimmer here. I'm wondering if I want to play Urborg or Gemstone Mine. I guess I could just play Mana Confluence too. Just play Urborg. Just need the Sorin. Should we take Sliver Legion? No, I think it's more important to take Oath to try and find Sorin. Because again, that's really all that we're missing. Definitely got punished for playing the Urborg though, because now I can't Oath and call. So that's, I guess, a consideration to not play the Urborg there. But if I play Gemstone Mine, I have to use a counter on it. So I don't know. And if I play Mana Confluence, I have to take an extra point. So it's... There's, like, downsides to all three. They have 3 cards. There's a Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, they got Batterskull. Makes sense. Okay, that's fine. So if we find Sorin, if we just naturally draw Sorin, we should be able to win. That is not a Sorin. What's the other equipment they got? Yeah, Batterskull, Fire Ice. Okay. Let's Oath first. Because again, all we're looking for is Sorin. No such luck. Alright. Yep. It bobbled me. I'm gonna fetch anyways, so... Actually, I'm not gonna fetch because I have 4 non-Sorin cards in the bottom of my library, so I don't want to shuffle... basically, all I need is Sorin at this point, so I don't want to shuffle cards into my library that are on the bottom that aren't Sorin. Mox Amber. Okay. So they're going to put in the sword. Kind of okay with that. Because it means... I guess they can still hold up 2 mana for like a Remand or a Gust. No blocks. Although a singular Gust doesn't really do much against the combo, because if they Gust the first Sliver... But I guess they Gust the first Sliver, then I just have to have a second one. But as long as I have a second one, then it should be fine, which I do, so... Alright, so we're not shuffling. Nope. Yeah, I don't even want to cast Eladamri's Call. Because, again, I just don't want to shuffle it back in. I mean, I guess I could get Harmonic Sliver and blow up this Sword of Fire and Ice. But I can't cast Harmonic Sliver this turn. So... Play Breeding Pool tapped. Take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6... Yeah, I mean, I really can't do anything, so I'm just going to play this tapped and pass. Did not find a Sorin, unfortunately. And that's kind of the one thing I was saying in the intro. You know, like, you have a lot of ways to find First Sliver and Hive Lord and all this stuff in Morophon, but you just don't have as many ways to find Sorin, so Feels like this is going to happen a lot, where you draw a lot of the creature combo pieces, but are just short a Sorin. Just because you would have generally less copies of that card in your deck, for the most part. Okay. So do I want to call for a Harmonic Sliver? It does shuffle a bunch of bricks back into my deck, but I get to kill the sword and potentially survive one more turn, because I can go to 6, chump block the Batterskull with the Harmonic Sliver. So I guess I kind of have to. I guess I have to go to 5 to cast the Illidanri's Call. But it might buy me a turn if they can't remove the Harmonic Sliver from the battlefield. Are they gusting this? Alright, bottom. I don't need that anyways. Sorin. Alright, died. Now that I know their interaction is Aether Gust, which isn't really effective against me anyways, I think I'm going to cut Defense Grid and bring in... I guess maybe I'll have 2 Defense Grids. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to lead on Defense Grid as much. I just want more copies of Sorin. Because Aether Gust honestly does not do all that much to stop the combo. Like, it's annoying, but it's not, you know, something like Mana Leak where they're just countering your first Sliver straight up. Because you still get the Cascade trigger off of it. And also, the number one thing to point out is they can't Aether Gust Sorin, which is the most important thing. We have 2/3 of the combo. We're just missing a Sorin. I think this hand's a keep. Is, you know, it kind of doesn't do anything, but we're 2/3 of the way there. And again, we only have 6 copies of Sorin, but maybe the theory is that because you have less Sorins in your deck, you're supposed to just mulligan aggressively to Sorin. But not sure. They bobbled themselves. Aether Spellbomb. Sure. Let's get Breeding Pool in case I draw... Yeah, Breeding Pool in case I draw Shimmer possibility. It also still lets me cast Abrupt Decay. Let's just play this tapped. I could reveal Morphond and leave to have it untapped, but not a lot of reason to do that. Stoneforge. Damping Sphere. Okay. This is not going well. Maybe we'll just hardcast first Sliver. Well, if they're missing land drops, possibly. Can Summoner's Pact... I guess what I could do is I could Pact for Harmonic Sliver, and then just Harmonic Sliver the Damping Sphere, and then next turn just pay for the Pact. That's not that bad, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I actually kind of like that. Oops, I meant to tap the Cavern. I hope they don't have a counterspell. Although if they have Gust, they can Gust it either way, so it doesn't matter. Even if I Cavern into it, they can Gust it. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna draw it. I still kind of want to draw it, so... They repealed their box. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so pay for pact. Pass. I mean, they're still missing a bunch of land drops, so this isn't that bad for us. Can maybe kill the Damping Sphere the turn after. They don't have Emery, because they probably would have played Emery by now if they had it. I could also just first Sliver, because I have an extra mana left over to pay for the Cascade tax on Damping Sphere. So I might just do that, honestly. Just cast first Sliver. Especially if they're still missing land drops. Yeah, I think I might just do that. Another first Sliver. Yeah, alright, let's go. Blue, green, white, black, red. Ooh, that's nice. That is a nice one to hit. I don't think I'm going to minus it this turn, because if I minus put the Morophon into play, they can just bounce the Morophon. So I'm just going to plus on this. Pass. If they want to bounce the first Sliver, that's fine. I don't really care that much. But we should be able to kill them next turn. We can just minus, put Morophon into play, lead on Harmonic Sliver, blow up the Sphere, and then start casting first Slivers. That doesn't matter too much. We just have a million first Slivers. Although I guess that if they don't tap out, they can hold up the Spell Bomb for Morophon. Monastery Mentor, so they don't have access to Aether Spellbomb here, so they should just be dead. Because they do not have a legendary permanent to tap for Mox Amber, so we should be good to go. Do Sliver. I will cast Harmonic Sliver for 1 mana. Blow up the Damping Sphere, and then just start going off with first Slivers. Sure. Blow up the Spell Bomb. Cast this. Search for Glory, which can get... Alright, they're off it. Alright, so got them. I mean, yeah, that game wasn't super interesting because they missed a bunch of land drops, but we got to do the thing, and that's cool. That's the most important part, so... Alright, so yeah, that was round number 2. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you back in just a little bit for round number 3. Alright, everybody, we're back here for round number 3. Sliver Combo. Let's go. This hand is missing a... Well, it's not missing a Sorin. We have Search for Glory. I mean, I'm going to keep it because we have turn 3 Search into play into... So we can go turn 2 Call for first Sliver. Turn 3 Search for Glory for Sorin. Turn 4 Profit. So we'll see if we get a turn 4, depending on what our... Oh, well, hello there. It's awkward that I have to play the Gemstone Mine this turn, so it's going to go down to 2 counters to play the Call, and then it's going to go down to 1 to play the Glory, but then I could still play Sorin the turn after, so I think it's okay. So it looks like Electronic Tron. Well, Eldrazi Tron, but I call it Electronic Tron. Or Elastic Tron, if you will. Expedition Map is whatever... So if I call for first Sliver, The only issue with calling for... So let's say I call for first Sliver. The next turn I search for Sorin. My hand is Morphon, first Sliver, Sorin. I mean, I guess they're just taking Sorin no matter what, even if I don't cast the call. Right? Like, if let's say I don't cast call, then I just untap, cast search. They're just going to take Sorin anyways, because they know we have another Morphon rolled up. But... So it's actually kind of tough. Because I'm trying to think of how if I can play around Thought-Knots here is what I'm thinking about. The argument is if I cast call for first Sliver, I'm basically a lock to kill them if I draw Sorin for my... That's just naturally for my turn, because then I have 2 first Slivers. But if I draw Sorin and just put Morphon first Sliver into play, they still probably can't win. So I think I'm just not going to cast it. I think it's better against Thought-Knots here to not cast it. Alright, I mean, it's not the worst draw in the world, but it's not the best. Let's hopefully dodge Thought-Knots here. I think as long as we dodge Thought-Knots here, we're going to win this game, but I kind of feel like they have it. Maybe they'll just play Smasher. Scavenger Grounds. Oh, they had nothing. Okay, I like that. Alright, well, let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. There is a chance we brick here, because we didn't call for first Sliver, but I'm still going to go for it. Casting Pact is a bit risky here, because if I brick, I just lose. Oh, wow, this is tough. I mean, if I just say go with a 6-6 and an 8-8 in play, how are they winning? They can't Tron me next turn either. I think I'm just not going to cast it and just be content with passing with this in play. And then I could just, like, basically guaranteed kill them next turn. Like, I just don't know what they can do here. Like, they can go land Karn, but land Karn doesn't do anything. If they had a Tron land in play and I was worried about, like, all his dust next turn, I could potentially do something, like cast the Pact and try and go for it, but yeah, they just don't really have any ways to beat a 6-6 and an 8-8. Given they can't Tron there. Abrupt Decay is good against Ensnaring Bridge, like all their Karn targets. Once again, we don't really need the Dregscape. And I think I'll just cut 2 Shimmers. I want to keep all the Remands, because Remand is also good against Karn. It's bad if they have, like, Cavern plus Thought-Knots here, but... Ooh. We have a Gemstone Caverns. What am I doing with the Gemstone Caverns is the question. Maybe I just pitch Abrupt Decay. I mean, I kind of want to just pitch a land. I'm on the draw. I'm just going to pitch a land. I think it's fine. Because if they play turn 1 map, I kind of want to decay it. Chalice on 0. I don't think that works the way they want it to. Unless I'm misunderstanding how the rules work. I don't believe that works. I'm gonna fetch first and just get the Bosk, because I don't really I don't want to shuffle bad cards back in that I bought them with the Oath. I kind of did want to shuffle back into Summoner's Pact, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't work the way they want it to. Could go for it. Well, actually, no, we can't really do anything, right? The best I can do is Pact. Yeah, but that doesn't do anything. Okay. So, just get basic planes. Play Sorin. Just plus. Alright. Go. Hopefully draw a Morphon. I guess playing that was bad if they have Tron plus Smasher, which, of course, they do. Yeah, maybe it wasn't supposed to play that. But it is better if they have Thought-Knots here. That's why I wanted to play it, but it's worse if they have Smasher. So I guess they just take Pact. Took Decay. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes more sense. I can Pact for Harmonic Sliver, kill the Spyglass. It's not great for me. Because then I have to time walk myself and pay for the Pacts. It's better than doing nothing, I guess. Oh, they had the Chalice. I'm dumb. That's why they Chaliced on 0. Okay. Well, I'll just go to the next game then. I hadn't thought about the Chalice on 0 stopping Pact, but I guess that makes sense. It does not stop, like, if you cast the first Sliver off of Morophon, it does not stop that, but... No black mana, no white mana. Can I change my decision and choose to be on the draw? This hand's missing Morophon. Well, no, it's not missing Morophon, it's missing Sorin. I think I'm going to keep this and ship... I want to make sure... Oh, no, I cut the Shimmer, so I don't need blue mana. I can just ship this. And then get... Yeah, I can ship the Stomping Ground and then just get Bosk with this. And go turn 1 Bosk, turn 2 Pull, cast Call. Okay. Pass. Hopefully we find a Sorin. I'm just going to get Morophon and go for high upside in case I draw Sorin. Okay. I mean, I might as well play the Harmonic Sliver. If they have Thought-Knots here, they can still cast it. They have land Thought-Knots here, but I'm going to just take the Morophon. They don't have Thought-Knots here. That's good. Okay, attack for 1. And we get to start casting first Slivers next turn. I mean, if we cascade into a Sorin, we can still win. So they're minusing 4. What are they getting? I mean, we have pretty much everything covered anyways, right? We got Coding. Sure. Decay is not bad. Let's cast first Sliver. So, green, white... wait. White, green... black, red, blue. No, I would not like to cast that. Attack Karn. So they get to blow up a land, I guess, but... But if they blow up a land, then their Karn just dies immediately, and I just get to kill Karn, decay their coding, so it's not that bad. And blow up the Mana Confluence, I would assume. Because then I only have green, white, black. Yeah. So I need to draw another rainbow land in order to cast Sliver Legion. Submattery Shaper. Okay. I guess that's also a blocker. So I guess I just decay the coding and pass. Man, not having blue mana kind of sucks. I don't really want to attack. Yeah, I'm just going to pass. I think I'm going to lose this game now. That's sad. Just never found a Sorin. Seems like they have all his dust. Yeah. That is sad. Their draw was not very good, but we just couldn't find a Sorin. Alright, I've had enough. Yeah, that was a little frustrating. Hope you enjoyed the games. I'll see you back in just a little bit for round number 4. What is up, everybody? Back here for round number 4. Currently 2-1 with Sliver Combo. Our opponent reveals Luris. What does this hand do? So we have turn 1 Cavern, probably pitch Harmonic Sliver against Luris. We can either turn 1 Remand or turn 1 Call. I'm going to keep it. Alright, what do they got? Red White Prowess, looks like. Okay. I'll take 2. It's not the worst draw. So now we just need to find a Sorin and we should be good to go. Or I guess a Search for Glory. Hopefully they just play Manamorphose. I'm just going to remand anything I can right now, I think. Let's get Plains. Okay. Any Sorins? Any Sorins? Any Sorins? Nope. Go. So maybe I'm approaching mulligan decisions poorly with this deck, and I should just be mulliganing every hand that doesn't have access to Sorin, because you have so many of all the other combo pieces that it seems like that's the only thing you're ever short on, you know? Like, you have 4 Calls, 4 Morophons, 4 First Slivers, but you only have 4 Sorins to Search for Glories, so... Does Dark kill me? No, it's only 12. Alright, let's thin my deck a little bit, because I need to find Sorin or I die. Let's get... I think it's just another First Sliver. Alright, Sorin, please. Sag. Alright, I guess we just hope we don't die. Unfortunate. Okay, that's 4. Probably dead. That's 6. Any burn spell kills us. Alright, that is any burn spell. So... I think we want Weather the Storm, maybe Leyline of Sanctity, maybe Abrupt Decay. These are the cards that I'm looking at. This is a matchup where Remand is really bad because other cards cost 1. Or most of the cards cost 1, not all of them, but... We don't need Dregscape. We can afford, I think, to shave a land. Also, the Cavern just doesn't do much against them. So that's these 6. Do we want to bring in Abrupt Decay? I think... Oh, actually, if we're gonna be in the play, we should probably cut the Caverns. Keep in an actual land. Because at least Cavern of Souls can potentially tap for... Well, I guess they both kind of don't matter, right? So we just do this. Bring in the Decays. Let's try this. Alright, I'm going to take a different mulligan approach and just mulligan every hand that doesn't have access to Sorin. We're going to try that. Because I think that's one thing you need to do with this deck. Because Sorin is just the most important card. Yeah, I'm going to mulligan. Well, this hand has Sorin and no lands, so... Okay. This hand is actually really good put back these two, go turn 1 Garden, turn 2 call for Morophon, turn 3 hopefully find a land, then just kind of go off. So let's do that. Take 2. Alright. That's too many Sorens. We're drawing all the Sorens to make up for the games where we didn't find Soren. Alright, take 1. Looks like light up the stage, probably. Lean and Light Scribe. Alright, let's get Morophon. Hopefully we find an untapped land. Of course not. Well, now we're probably gonna die. Metamorphose. 6. Yeah. It's 9. Any 2 spells will kill us. Actually, Dart just kills us straight up, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, Dart kills us straight up, so. That only puts us to 1. Okay, so we're at 1? Question mark? Pause champ? Oh, they have the growth. Alright, died. Unfortunate. Yeah, we kind of had everything, we just missed on a land. If we drew a land at that turn, I think we would have won the game, but hopefully we can right the ship and go 3-2, so I'll see you back in just a little bit for the 5th and final round. Alright, everybody, we are here for the 5th and final round. We're going to see if we can keep that mulligan philosophy that we had in the last game of the last match, where we just mulligan every non-Soren hand, because it's just the most important part. Okay, well, this hand has Soren and Morophon. We are just missing, and first Sliver, we're just missing black mana, and we even have turn 2 remand, so I'm going to keep this and just put back the Pact. We don't need the Pact because we already have the first Sliver. We just need black mana. Hopefully, we find black mana. Oh no, is this the mirror match? I know Odorous, and he said, "Why do I always play against you when I'm playing a pile?" Little does he know. Yeah, this looks like it's the actual mirror match. That's hilarious. I'm not going to remand the call. I'd rather just remand the Soren. Yeah, they revealed Morophon. It is the mirror. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Alright, let's hopefully we find black mana. Otherwise, we're probably going to die. Alright, never mind. We found black mana. Alright, well, we bricked. So I guess we're just going to plus on Morophon? Alright. Your move. Get a counter on it. Well, now he might die, because they can just play Soren. Yep. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Sometimes if you don't have everything rolled up, you just brick off. Kind of funny they were playing the mirror match in the last round. It's the 2-2 bracket, and they remanded their own thing. They reveal the Soren, which is usually a brick, unless they have another first Sliver, but... Okay. Looks like we both bricked. Now, I have a re-up because I have a Sliver in my hand. That's actually not bad. So what I can do is play Gemstone Caverns, tap Caverns, play Harmonic Sliver, let the Cascade go off. We can cast Cloud Shredder. That should actually be lethal, I think. That's definitely lethal. So now I can pact for Sliver Legion. Play the Sliver Legion. Okay. Alright. We got him. What the hell did we do in the mirror match? Don't really think there's much we want here. Abrupt Decay, I guess kill Sorin, but I mean, usually if one player casts Sorin, they're putting Morphon into play, and Abrupt Decaying the sword doesn't really accomplish much. Yeah, I guess I could bring in Weather the Storm. No, that's just too narrow. Alright. Well, there is going to be a Sliver deck that comes out of this alive. So, I don't know what his record is right now, but I was going to say there's a Sliver deck that goes 3-2, but I don't know if he's 2-2. He mulliganed. We have Oath to try and hit our second land drop. It's a bit of a greedy keep. Well, actually, you know, I'm going to keep it. This hand only needs lands, because we can call for Morphon and Pact for first Sliver, so we're basically just missing lands. We have everything else rolled up. Alright, there's land number 1. I don't think my life total matters all that much. Alright, let's take first Sliver because we already have the Sorin. Do we have Overgrown Tomb in this deck? We don't have Overgrown Tomb. That might be an oversight. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because I can cast Sorin off of Oath regardless. But I do need to find a land here, so I'm just going to lead on Oath. Take Breeding Pool, I guess. I guess I'll take Mana Confluence in case like something weird happens where they kill the Oath of Nissa. Oh, but now I can't call for Morphon. Maybe I wasn't supposed to... Maybe I was supposed to just cast Call and hope to draw a land? Because now I don't have everything rolled up. Because I don't have the Morphon. Might have been bad. He might just be dead anyways. I wonder if they have Pact and they're thinking about going for it. Might be right for them to, because they're worried about me potentially being able to kill them. They are going to go for it. All in. All in. Okay. Oh. Well, I said lethal then. Word. Alright, game 3. Get to ban the play, which I assume is one of the only thing that matters. This hand does not have Sorin, so I'm going to mulligan. God, this hand's so close. I can't keep a one-lander. Oh, them's the breaks. Put back these two, I think. We can hopefully just Oath into lands. Maybe because I have both of these, I'm supposed to put back this and keep the Search for Glory. Because then if I hit lands, I can just go turn 3 Search for Sorin. Yeah, I just need to take lands. Yeah, because now I need lands and Sorin. They boarded in Containment Priests. Oh. Okay. Looks like we're gonna go beatdown mode then. I am gonna cast Call, I think. Yeah, let's cast Call. Just get the Cloud Shredder now, so that the turn I play first Sliver, it has haste. Start plinking them with the Cloud Shredder. I guess that's fine. Does it matter if I tap Gemstone Mine this turn? I don't think it does, but I won't. I'll save a counter on it. I don't think it matters too much, but... Alright, beatdown mode. I have to go beatdown mode because they're going to play Containment Priest this turn. But it's nice that they can't combo out either, you know? And I'm ahead on mana, because I was in the play, so I'm going to be the first one that gets to 5 for first Sliver. So neither of us can combo, but I'm ahead on mana, so I think I'm favored. That is assuming I draw land 5. If I don't draw land 5, then it's a different story, but... Because it looks like they have turn 5 Sliver. So yeah, really need to hit a land here. Really badly. No such luck. I could take Remand and Remand their first Sliver, but it has Cascade anyways. I'm just going to take this. Might have been better to take Remand there, I'm not sure. But then I'm not guaranteeing that I cast first Sliver next turn, so... I think it's better to take a land there. Not sure. Actually, is this lethal? So this is 8. It's 10 right now. Well, actually, if they cascade into a Sliver that's not Cloud Shredder, I just have lethal. I have 14. Plus, they have to take a point from the Confluence anyways. Because if they put 2 Slivers into play, Cloud Shredder would be a 4/4, and Legion would be an 11/11, right? Yeah, because that'd be... No, 10... Yeah, it'd be 10 plus 4, 14. Looks like they're casting Call. It's fine. They got first Sliver, makes sense. Alright, so we need them to not hit Cloud Shredder. They hit Sorin. Sorin, I don't think does anything. But it makes it so we don't have lethal, right? They can give this Death Touch and Lifelink and go to 14. Yeah, because we only have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's actually... That's hilarious. So... if we cascade into... If I play Legion, Sliver could just get +1/+1 for each other Sliver on the battlefield. So Cloud Shredder would get +2/+2, it'd be 3. And then Legion would be a 9/9, so it'd be 12. I could play first Sliver try and cascade into my own Sorin, and then I could give my first Sliver lifelink, maybe? But if I play Legion and attack them for 12, this Legion pumps their Sliver, so this is 11. I'm just dead on board if I do that. So I can't play Legion. There's just nothing, there's no way around that. That's not great. I guess I'll take... I could take a land so I can play Morophon next turn. It's not bad. I could take Sorin so I could lifelink my first Sliver next turn. I think I'm just going to take a land. And then what I'm going to do is play Breeding Pool tapped, kill Sorin, leave back Cloud Shredder. Because I don't think I can let them gain 7 life. And then I can leave this back to Chump Block, and then both of these will be able to Cascade. So I can cast Morophon, Cascade, cast this for free, Cascade. Yeah, let's do that. I am dead to a removal spell if they brought in Abrupt Decay. I don't think they would, but... It's a weird spot. Very, very weird spot for the Sliver Combo mirror. We have another first Sliver. Okay. They revealed Summoner's Pact, which is not that relevant. I do have to Chump Block here, though, if they attack with both. Alright. I am required to Chump Block because I'm at 9. But now I get to go Morophon into Sliver Legion. So let's do that. Sure. Let's remand the Sliver Legion, because I can just cast it again. Name Sliver. We'll call for the second Cloud Shredder. Cast Cloud Shredder. I'll pact. Get this. Cast Sorin. Alright, they're off it. Alright, 3 and 2. We defeated the Sliver Mirror. Yeah, that was a fun league. We lost to E-Tron and Red-White Prowess. We kind of just got run over by Red-White Prowess. I think the E-Tron matchup was close-ish. You know, just kind of a little bit unlucky. Maybe, I think what happened is throughout the league, and that was this. I think this was a good exercise of, like, playing a new deck and figuring out how you should be treating your mulligan decisions. Like, you know, about halfway through the league, I figured out that Sorin is the most important card, and you should just mulligan every hand that doesn't have it. And I think that's probably accurate. So if you're going to play this deck, maybe take a little bit of that advice and just mulligan aggressively to Sorin. But overall, deck was fun. A little bit of a change of pace than what we're used to on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.